Preparations are frenzied about now. Politicians clutching onto anything they can lay their hands on, as long as you can guarantee them votes. It's 9 days to the presidential elections, and the clock on your screen is counting down to that time. Well, the crucial days they will turn out to be, expectations and concerns mount over the date of the elections. Good evening. Welcome to Nigeria 2015. I'm Chamberlain Oso. Well, all eyes and indeed ears are on the Independent National Electoral Commission as well as relevant authorities waiting with bated breath over the latest news item on the elections. Well, even the electorate are caught up in the frenzy with split opinion, or much as they may consider that time, but they ask themselves, will it hold or be postponed? Well, about now, of course, we have that breaking news that the elections will go on. But later on, we'll bring you our team of correspondents who will bring us up to the minute on the goings-on at their location in just a moment. What discussions are going on in the social media? Our web team again provides several platforms for you to participate and get your voice heard on the program. You can tweet at us using the hashtag Nigeria2015. Well, please use the Twitter handle you see on your screen. It could be at Channels TV and at Chamberlain Oso. Well, there you can tell us in the light of all that is going on around you if you want the election postponed or not, in spite of the news that you may have heard. Well, if you have further comments or questions, do send us an email. I will be glad to take them. It's Nigeria2015@channelstv.com. Well, earlier, we did ask you if you have collected your permanent voter card or not. We use the hashtag PVC collected or PVC not collected. Well, we did go ahead, collated your tweets, your response, so we put them all together, and we'll now go ahead and bring you how the tweets did go concerning the hashtags PVC collected. Now, if you look at this, this is the Twitter reverb. We took a look at the tweets that went on over time, and that's why you see this tweet here and then reverberates across different parts of the country at the time. And this pops up, and he initially tweeted, speaking to us about how he has collected his PVC. Then eventually, his comment, well, that was Nuhu Alpha, who did say, PVC collected. He tweets from Maiduguri about his permanent voter cards. But we also do have some others who tweeted about the PVC is collected or PVC is not collected, which happens to be his. His is the next tweet about the permanent voter card that he's collected. Let's see what he says here. Adebayo says, PVC collected. I've collected mine. The process was seamless, but there's still some duplication of voters' names on the register. Then there were other ones who also did tweet at us telling us that they've been able to collect their permanent voter card. There you go. That's the next one from Sadauna. He says, if you remove hashtag Burno, he says 2.7 million registered voters from the Northeast, that will be a total of 10.03 million. We'll have 7.3 million, out of which 4.8 million. But he reminds us, says hashtag PVC collected there. And then we'll move on to the very last person who we highlighted as part of those who tweeted that they've collected their permanent voter cards as we speak. Moshood says, PVC collected. I engaged in the CVR, and now that the PVC is available, then I went to collect it at the ward level with ease. So those were those who tweeted, talking about how they've been able to collect their permanent voter cards. Then we move on to the next one, which focuses on those who have not collected their permanent voter cards. There were 665 tweets at the time, and look at that. They tweeted at that separate times, actually, while the program went on. And so when it tweets, it just indicates where, when they're tweeting from. Let's start off with his. He started off with his tweets saying he's not been able to collect his permanent voter cards, and he got retweeted 2 times from where he tweeted from. That has to be Ayinde. Ayinde was talking about his Ward 15, Abeokuta South local government area in Ogun State, where he's not been able to collect his permanent voter cards. There were some others who also sent their tweets in concerning how they've not been able to collect their permanent voter cards, adding to that number of 665. Alashola talks about PVC not available in Ward 1, Unit 1 as well. He says PVC not collected. Ward 15, Abeokuta South, local government area in Ogun State. He's not been able to get his permanent voter cards, but he says he will also keep trying. Let's move on to the last one. Yes, the next one here. He calls it now Mighty. And he also reminds us, he copies INEC as well, but says PVC not available in Ward 1, Unit 1 as well. He's also talking about Ward 15, Abeokuta South, local government area. Let's see if we can flip a little further and go on to the next tweet coming from Olufemi Adigun. Says, hashtag PVC not collected. She just tells us she's from Shagamu, local government area in Ogun State. Who knows if she'll go ahead and try that again. So that's the total figure, 665. So we'll put together the figures of those who collected the PVCs and those who tweeted that they've not been able to collect their PVCs, and those who collected. Look at what we found out. Now, those who said that they've been able to collect their permanent voter card turns out to be 53.72% of the people says we've not collected it. That's why it's in red. But those in the green, let it pop up, guys. Those in green, about the PVC collected, 46.28% of the people says thumbs up. We've been able to get our PVC, so we're good to go. A-OK, they say. So that's the source. Your tweets from Twitter across the country talking about the PVC distribution rates within the Independent National Electoral Commission. But don't forget also, you can keep your tweets coming to us here on the program. We'll be glad to receive all of them from you. But we also have some election-related pictures that you sent us, but this one came to us through our Eyewitness portal. And so we put together some of those key pictures also, telling us details about what transpired where they are. Well, much as we see some of those pictures now, but from Elekwe Ward C5 in Ikorodu comes this one in Lagos. Well, our Eyewitness reporter there took a look, a single INEC staff who was on ground to attend to numerous voters who came for their voter cards. And, well, we have another from Ogudu, still in Lagos as well, came this photo of voters stranded in search of their cards. Our Eyewitness reporter who sent it alleges that some party representatives are going into offices and then leaving with the cards of their party members, third-party collection by proxy. But if this is true, then there are questions as to who signs for those cards collected. But the next one, Olaiwola sends this, calling on relevant authorities to call both politicians and INEC officials to order. He says this act spells out possible cases of rigging. And then from Alimosho, Ward 1, came this photo, voters actually standing by, collecting their permanent voter cards. And the question is whether all these people will be able to collect their permanent voter cards on the deadline day. And so if that doesn't happen, it means, who knows, they may turn out to be disenfranchised. Or finally, from Mushin, we've got this image, unique image, 2 voter cards belonging to one person, the same person. Well, remember that INEC has said initially that no, it doesn't happen. I mean, you can't, they're not sure you can use it. In fact, they were categorical. If you take somebody else's, you can't use it. But Bello Yusuf Akpayemi says, the photo lends some credence to the findings of, remember the time when DSS was talking about seeing some cards being duplicated. Does this suggest anything? But we'll focus on this a little more because not just his case, there are more cases about the same individual, 2 voter cards, a big question mark now. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But in the meantime, we thank you all for sending us these pictures. And like you, we'll like you, as a matter of fact, to take advantage of the channel's Eyewitness platform and expose areas where you feel the government at all levels have not performed to your expectation. Remember, to qualify as an Eyewitness reporter, you must have a Windows, iOS, or Android device. Download the channel's Eyewitness app and follow the instructions you see there. We'll be back after this break. Join us again.